Good morning, viewers at home. You are all welcome to Better Faith e-learning platform. My name is Mr. Benjamin Obi. I'm here this morning to take the subject Basics Science for Primary 5 and Basic 5. And the topic is uses of drugs. Though we treated this topic last time, it's just like a revision topic. Uses of drugs. When we talked about uses of drugs depends on a doctor's prescription. That is the way a patient takes drugs. Depends how the doctors actually prescribe that drugs to that particular patient or that particular sick person. So uses of drugs is usually also include the numbers of tablets, capsules, or spoons to be taken, the number of times it will be taken, and the instruction. This instruction must come from the doctor, nurse, or pharmacist. It is the doctor or the nurses that normally prescribe how a particular drug should be taken. That is, if somebody is sick and that person happens to go to the hospital to get some drugs, it's usually the nurses or the doctors that normally prescribe how that particular drug should be taken. Then we also have, under this topic, we talk about dosage. What do you understand by the word dose? When we talk about dose is just the unit in which drugs are measured. The unit in which drugs are measured is being referred to as dose. It is the quantity or number of drugs to be taken at a given time. When we talk about dose, it simply means the quantity of drugs that a person is expected to take at a particular time, and you must not take less or more than the doctor's prescription. If a particular person should take more or above or less than the doctor's prescription, that person has actually abused that particular drug. That is where the definition of drug abuse comes in. What did you really understand by the term drug abuse? From the definition of drug abuse simply means taking a drug without the doctor's prescription or recommendation. When a person decided to take a drug without the doctor's prescription or recommendation from the doctor, or taking self-medication, that particular person might end up abusing that particular drugs. Then what are some of these drugs that are commonly abused? We have most of these drugs that are commonly abused, drugs like paracetamol, Panadol, painkiller, bitter cola, etc., etc. These are some of the drugs that are commonly abused in our society today. Then we'll have effects of drugs abuse. What are the effects of drug abuse? Drug abuse can have the following effects, both on individual health and his social economic status. Effect of drug abuse, and drug abuse can have the following effect, both on the individual's health and his social economic status. So we'll have health implications of drug abuse. So these are what the dangers of abusing a particular drug or dangers of drug abuse. Some of the dangers of drug abuse include 1. Loss of vision and balance. If a person should abuse a drug, the person might end up having a visual problem, loss of vision and balance. Another health implication of drug abuse is loss of appetite and high blood pressure. If a person should abuse the drugs, that particular drugs might cause the person to have a loss of appetite. That person will not have that willingness to eat. And high blood pressure. Thirdly, we'll have throat and lung infections like smoking. Smoking can cause throat and lung infection. And finally, we'll have loss of weight, and in some cases, it may result to death. So it is not expected of us to abuse a drug. It is expected that before we take a particular drug, it should be what? A particular doctor or nurse, it should be the person that will prescribe that particular drugs to us. Then other socio-economic effects of drug abuse. So what are the socio-economic effects of drug abuse? So these are some of the socio-economic effects abuse, one will have loss of job and family breakup. So drug abuse can actually cause a loss of job and family breakup, because there are some persons, when they abuse drugs, getting to the family, you see them fighting with their wives, fighting with their family relation, which can cause a breakup. So loss effect of drug abuse, socio-economic effect of drug abuse, it can lead to what? Loss of job. When that particular person is no longer serious in his or her place of work, it can lead to what? Loss of job and family breakup. We have poor performance in school and at work. Some of these persons that abuse drugs, you see them, they don't do well in school. If it comes in terms of their performance, they perform poorly. And even in their places of work, even some of them, they are not serious with their jobs. So it can lead to poor performance in school and at work. Then thirdly, we'll have indiscriminate spending, especially on drugs and allied substances. Number four, we'll have increased tendency to commit crime. Some persons, when they abuse drugs, they have different kind of thoughts. They begin to think have different kind of thoughts within them. So it can even lead to the act of committing crime. Then number five, isolation by friends and family. Under this isolation by friends and family, even families and friends, their relatives will not want to identify them. Nobody will want to identify him or herself with somebody that abuses a drug. Then what are the preventions of drug abuse? So some of the preventions or ways in which drug abuse can be reduced or can be minimized includes: one, we have laws prohibiting the sales of drugs in places other than pharmacies should be properly and adequately enforced. Secondly, there should be continuous and consistent education on the public, telling them what the dangers of drug abuse. That is, there should be public enlightenment, and the public should be given that enlightenment on the dangers of drug abuse. Number three, effective monitoring and supervision of drug sales should be carried out. That is, there should be a proper and effective monitoring and supervision of drug sales. It can help to reduce the abuse of drugs. Number four, regulatory agencies. We have regulatory agencies such as like the NDLEA, the NAFDAC, etc., should be adequately funded to enable them meet the challenges of drug abuse. The NDLEA, the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Full meaning of NDLEA means the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency and the NAFDAC. They should be adequately funded to enable them meet the challenges of drug abuse. Number five, severe sanctions should be imposed on smugglers and peddlers of illicit and or hard drugs. That is, those people that normally smuggle hard drugs from other countries. Then we'll have anti-drug clubs stroke association should be formed in school to provide the students with adequate information on the dangers of drug abuse. Let me recap the topic. The topic is drug abuse. It has to do with the use of drugs. That is, what this topic is all about is that before a person should take a drug, the person should make sure that that particular drug is being prescribed. We should not take self-medication. That particular drug is being prescribed by either nurses or doctors. And we should also know what the effect of abusing drugs. There are so many effects or health implications of abusing drugs. We have effects like loss of visions. Some persons, they've lost their sight as a result of drug abuse. We have loss of appetite, not having the willingness to eat. Throat and lung infections, e.g. smoking, loss of weight, and in some cases it will lead to death. Then let me go through the practice exercise. We'll have the practice exercise. What is a dose? What is the meaning of drug abuse? Mention 6 commonly abused drugs. List 4 effects of drug abuse on the health